beat the worst boss in Monkey Souls last night.
Yeah. Cool.
Yellow Brow. Like a 5-stage fight that you can't, like if you quit, you have to do the whole thing again, so you have to keep trying his final stage. It was, that whole area was just fucking unbelievable. Really poorly designed.
What made you try it again, though? Like, you looked like earlier you were saying that you were just ready to
I was
off
looking
Monkey
last
Souls.
night and fucking, I couldn't figure out what to play, so I was like, you know what? Let me just try and get past this fucking level of Monkey Souls. And sure enough, I did it. I got past the level of Monkey Souls. And the next level is way better. It's way more like the first 2 levels. A Devil May Cry kind of level, which is nice. Hello. Hello. Dude, one of the hater subs thinks that Zoe is you. They were talking about it and they were like, Zoe is the chick that won the hat from me at the meetup.
Yeah.
The mean one that's married and everything.
Yeah.
They think Zoe is you. And they quoted her because they've seen the DVD intro
the trailer,
commercial trailer thing. And they were like, they quoted her like it was you making excuses for me or something. Like they have no idea what's going on stage. And they're like, oh, look, that's Paul's wife. And she's making excuses for him having horrible depression. What they don't, it was a roast battle.
Yeah. They're clearly like the actual truth doesn't matter to them.
Oh, the hate boner is insane.
I glanced at it. It's like they're acting like the landlords dumped you and that you didn't dump the landlords.
I know. I've said no to the last 2 contracts, morons.
Yeah. Oh, the third one we might as well have said no to because they didn't dump us until we brought up that they were fucking us.
Yeah, that's true.
The ones that looked you up didn't give a fuck. They were just, that one was pissy that we knew our rights, and the other 2 were such chuckle fucks that we dumped them.
Yeah. 2 chuckle fuck to sign a contract with.
They like to think like, oh, we ruined Paul's life.
It's retarded, dude. They've got like a whole fantasy world going on over there that... Trying to grill a pizza and I didn't put tinfoil down? What? What did you think was going to happen to the dough when it hit that grill? Did you think it was just going to get grill marks on it? You got to put the tinfoil with the holes punched in it down if you want to do that type of shit. You're trying to grill a pizza. That's tough.
And maybe with a frozen pizza, you could just throw it on naked, but... You think? Or you wouldn't even do that?
What?
I said, like, maybe with a frozen pizza, you could put it on naked.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I've never tried to grill a pizza, so that's a new one on me.
Papa Murphy's was, like, pushing it, like, a couple summers ago. Like, you can grill them. They probably have extensive directions on how to grill them properly.
I guess. Who would want to grill them? Why grill them? Just put it in the oven.
Well, I guess to be fair, like, having your oven on kind of makes your house toastier in the summer, so...
I guess. That's true. The fact that people are talking about me on Reddit is so damn creepy. Bro, I'm sorry. I just thought it was funny. They're not necessarily talking about you. They're talking about Amelia. They just think Amelia is you. So it's if that helps you out,
yeah,
any.
I don't think they know who.
Yeah, they have no clue who you are.
Yeah.
They think you are her. So you're good. Are you sitting in a wheelchair? Yep.
That would be like an old-timey ass wheelchair. But
Yeah, I know. An old-timey ass fucking psych ward grandpa wheelchair. Be strong. Oh, I will, man. I will. You be strong, too. There's something coming your way very soon that's going to be not very pleasurable, but you'll get past it. I see it in your... I see in your future something that is not pleasant. It's okay, though. You'll survive. A rocking wheelchair, yeah. A big wooden, rickety, squeaky, rocking wheelchair, yeah. Ronaldo or Messi? I hate when people ask me stupid questions, but Ronaldo.
Sweet boy. So
Oh man, dude. It's like the first 30 minutes of these are always crazy. I think that's when the algorithm is pumping you the hardest as numbers are going up. You know, they're like, ooh, show more, show a few more, show a few more.
Although I think they have cracked down on the sex stuff, because I was just like, I'd accidentally scrolled to the next stream and I just went through a few and I didn't see nothing.
I don't know, man. You never do know. It's mind-boggling to me. It really is. It's like staring into the void sometimes when you see like what people are up to in their day. They're just like skibbity scrolling and trying to get somebody's attention. Like desperate to have somebody like mention them. It's weird. Seen a bunch of preacher guys coming out of the woodwork while scrolling on these. Oh yeah. Oh dude, religious people love this type of shit. Proselytizing, and it's just like, it lets them feel like they're doing something without actually having to do anything. Is your beard shorter? No. I took a shower this morning, so my hair's all wet. The beard is the same length. Like Jesus is king, like that one there. See that one?
I'm going backwards
Yeah.
a little bit.
Just cleaning the fucking the sauce up. Wash it again. But I wash you, bitch. You took a shower. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. I lied. I just stink. I've never showered in my life. You're right, dude. You got me. Man, every fucking chat is getting nuked out, dude. Is there one among you? Is there one among you that isn't too retarded to speak in my chat? Is there one? Is there one out of 122?
Well, Jareth is in here banning people too.
Oh, I know.
So, but that's about it.
The nukes are flying hard, bro. How's your mental health, brother? It's going to be much better here in about 5 seconds. I can feel like something's about to happen that's going to make it so much better. Chris Stapleton, gone. I'm not retarded. I just don't want to speak. Well, let me help you with that. Oh my God, your beard rocks. We'll let that one stay.
Yeah.
At least that one, because there's no topic right now. So at least that one's like about the show. So we'll let that one stay.
Yeah.
We found one out of 112 that's smart enough to chat. Hello, Ireland. Look at that. Another reasonable person. Howdy, Ireland. How's it going? I'm from California. What do you think about the general strike in Israel over those 6 dead hostages? Dude, I saw some video from Tel Aviv of a giant demonstration, which is it's like a good thing to me that not all of Israel is still spinning out in the post 9/11 kind of hate shit. They want a ceasefire immediately.
And it's cool that, like, the union is strong enough there that they can organize something like that on such short notice.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they were talking about it a little bit.
I would imagine so, yeah. If I had $1 for every time I scrolled to a long bearded man with a cigarette in his mouth, I would have $2. Well, you wouldn't have $2 today because this is not a cigarette. Well, it's a left-handed cigarette. This is a jazz cigarette, okay? So today you've only got $1.
Oh man, someone's taking your name extra literal.
What?
They're like, is there a way of being able to see ghosts? What got you into this field?
The field, bro?
I think you're at poltergeist in the poltergeist field.
I'm a poltergeist hunter, yeah, dude. No, I just thought the name was cool, bro. And I used to do like spooky creepypasta reading stuff, but I just liked the name. I'm not a ghost hunter though. I just have a name that a lot of ghost hunters wish they would have thought of, you know, probably. No, it's okay, dude.
Yeah, it's the first person I've seen that interpreted it that way.
Yeah. Who you gonna call? Paul's ego. Dun. Newfoundland and Labrador. Isn't
I think that's a troll.
That's a troll because those are dogs.
Yeah. Newfoundland is a place, but I don't think Labrador is.
Maybe it is though. What if it is?
You can't be from both, is what I'm saying.
Well, maybe Labrador's in Newfoundland. Wish that glass went, yeah, every time you took a sip.
Okay, I was wrong. Okay, dude.
Damn.
You can come back.
All right, dude. Whew.
It just
Poor
came
O'Leary.
off like a troll.
It did. It sounded like two dogs.
Yeah.
Two dog breeds.
You gotta rename your town.
You really do, dude. That's a terrible.
It just sounds
town.
like a troll.
It does. It really does. You gonna dye your beard? No. I don't dye my hair at all. I want to be gray and old and decrepit. I'm ready. Newfoundland is half a Canadian province. Labrador is the other half of the province. Who the fuck knew? Who the fuck knows, man? How is anybody supposed to know about Canada?
Yeah. Especially one of the shit tier Canadian provinces that no one talks about.
True. Poor Canada. TJ dyed his head. I know, he dyed his beard and his head. I don't think TJ likes the gray as much as I do. I think he's struggling with the gray. I like the gray. I welcome the gray. I say, bring on the fucking gray.
Well, he's more like theatrical with his appearance, so.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe he thought it looked weird with his makeup having
gray hairs.
Yeah.
Oh. I've dyed my hair, like I grew up in the 90s, so I did a lot of bleaching of my hair, and I had to bleach and dye my hair for shows and stuff, for stage shows. And I will tell you why I will never do it. It's because it strips all of the fucking, like, volume and niceness out of your hair. Like, when you dye up your hair and you have to bleach it down and then dye it, it just strips it kills your hair. It really does.
Yeah, they don't let you donate your hair if you've done anything like that.
Not that I donate anyway, but yeah. I mean, no, it ruins your hair, and then you have to grow out a whole new head of hair to fix it, and I'd rather not do that. I'm not afraid of gray. I don't think it would look normal for me to not have some gray. I'm old. I'm in my fucking 40s. You know, I'm not a spring chicken. You play video games? I do, yeah. I've been a video game dork for a long time. How much Scoville was your record? I don't know, bro. I don't know what the hottest pepper. I had a ghost pepper one time, picked fresh right off of the dude's pepper garden. So that was probably pretty fucking flaming. It was hot, but I've got a pretty good tolerance for hot stuff.
Yeah, but you're not like out of the way with it either. You're not trying to do some spice challenges or shit, anything like that.
Mm-mm. The dude, that guy's pepper garden, man, I have it in my mind. He had this beautiful deck built, right? And it had a rail. And instead of leaving the rail to where you could lean up against it, he put his pepper plants all along his garden there. And he had wild stuff. Wild stuff. He had ghosts. He had, that's called boot jolokia, the ghost pepper. And then he had a Trinidad Moruga scorpion plant that wasn't ready, so I couldn't eat one of those. He had, you know, just the basic stuff. He had some red jalapenos, some Fresno chilies, some Serrano chilies, and he just had like 20 pepper plants lining his big old deck, and I was like, oh man.
See, I feel you yearn for the home with the garden.
Maybe I do, yeah. I don't know though. I don't know that. See, like I can yearn and yearn and yearn, but it may, if it's not in the cards for somebody in our fucking.
No, we just have to go to a shittier state. That's all.
Or a more remote state.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the call of the North again. I don't know about you. Alaska.
Well, that I don't know if that's conducive to a garden though.
Alaska. I don't know,
There's
man.
other less northern states. that
You
are
can grow
cheaper.
some winter berries in a garden.
What about Minnesota?
No. I don't think that I could stand going into the store and saying, "How you doing there? Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the store. Gonna want to buy any?" I don't think I could fucking live there. I think it would grind me down. That and the flatness of Minnesota. I gotta have some risers, man. I gotta see some elevation somewhere.
Well, I got some ideas because for some reason, I just couldn't have the break that you want to have. So when you're done with your break, I'll talk to you about it.
Well, okay. I remember. Yeah, I don't recommend games, man. I'm a video game dork. If you have heard of it, I probably played it. So just don't. It's just a waste of time. Move to Maine. It's literally everything you want. We looked at Maine for a while, but never visited. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I'm on my fucking week-long break. I'm not looking for a house. I'm not looking to move. I don't give a fuck.
Wanted to do some joking about it, but
What's your obsession with remoteness? I grew up in a remote place, and I've been chasing it my whole fucking life. I want to be in a place where my house isn't right up against my neighbor's house, like this one. Like, my house is literally sandwiched between 4 neighbors. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 neighbors within, like, 100 feet of my home. I don't like it. I don't want it. They don't want it. Trust me, none of my neighbors want me sitting out here ranting and raving all goddamn day.
they want the schools.
They're gonna have to deal with it.
They want the schools and the safety of this neighborhood, and that's about it.
Yep. I don't even think some of them want that. I think some of them just wanted a fucking place to stay for a couple of years. No, I want my own little chunk. I don't need a big ranch or something. I want an acre of land that I can do what I want on it. That's it. And I want my nearest neighbor to be not very near.
Yeah, like at best, like, you know, across the street or the equivalent distance of
300-400
street.
feet, at least,
Yeah.
between my home and the next home. And that's that.
What do you think? You getting a little toasty too?
That one neighbor who bumped Supertramp to drown you out. I know. I just rocked out to it. They played the right shit. well as other people. Nah, I don't mind people. I really don't have a problem with any of my neighbors. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that I just don't want their business to be my business and my business to be their business. And when you have a house like this, there's no getting around that. If they're out in their backyard, I hear them. If I'm out in my backyard, they hear me. That doesn't need to be the way it is, but that's the way it is. Bro, I'm a nature worshiper, dude. I want a place where I can get butt naked and go out in the moonlight and stand on my land and howl at the fucking moon and nobody's gonna care. I really am, dude. I want that shit. Last time I lived in a place that had that specification, my ass was naked out in the backyard in the middle of the night all the fucking time, bro. All the time. Just on principle. Just make all your neighbors into close family members. Yeah, just like start a polygamist cult and marry into every family that surrounds me. I'll take a dab for you. Do it, bud. Do it. Dab it up. House I grew up in still exists. Just not attainable for me. The family that owns it is not interested in selling it, and that's that. Even if I were able to get that house, it's not the same because they parceled out the land that my dad used to own and built 2 more houses on it. So it's got way closer neighbors now. So in order for me to get what I want, I would have to buy 2 homes and 2 parcels, and I would have to knock down one of those homes, and I would have something like what I had when I was a kid. It's just not there anymore. It doesn't exist. No, you can't. That's in the cards. Buy some land and put a double wide on it is in the cards. Bro, I wish that me looking like a Norse god came with any benefit. I wish it did, bro. I hear it 50 fucking times every time I go live. And I wish it came with any benefit. See what I mean? Whatever that is, I don't want to hear it. Whatever that was, I don't want to be the one listening to it. I don't care what it is, but I don't want to hear it. Like there's benefits with it that you take for granted and you don't see. Like what? Like what? Name one. Because I want to start cashing in. Hello, Ireland. Lots of you Irishers out there today. Irishmen, as they would have said in Old English or Middle French. Irishmen. Another fucking lame out. Dude, I hate Christians that just drive by with the Jesus loves you thing. 'Cause you know in their heart and their minds they think they're doing something. but really they're just letting their dead words fall to the floor. Jesus is going to knock on their door first if they're right. Like, if he exists, he's coming to knock on your dead-ass church door first. So, save your fucking Jesus is kings. I don't want to hear it. Go out there and walk in Jesus' footstep. He didn't walk around proclaiming himself king all the time. And you're commanded as a Christian to walk in the footsteps of Jesus. So get out there and get poor. Or shut up. Sick of you motherfuckers pretending you have an ideology. My family name is Scottish-Irish. It became Parky in Ireland. It started in Scotland and Cumberland County as Park. That's on my maternal side, or my paternal side. My maternal side is McBean, which is also a County Cumberland clan. It's kind of interesting. The Park clan was a royalist-aligned clan, and Clan McBean was a Highlander clan that was a rebel clan. And so it's very, very likely that members of my mother's family and my father's family killed each other. Kind of interesting, right? How do you get the genealogy back that far? Well, you trace your name. I did ancestry.com. I mean, that'll help you find who your first, like ancestor here in the United States was. That, it uses census data and stuff and international census data. So it can trace, pretty distant relatives outside of the United States. But the name, you can look into the etymology of your name as well, right? And so that's where I found out that I had one minor house. Park was a minor house, and then Clan McBean was actually a really big Highlander clan. Touch ye not a cat, but a targ. That's our family words. Or the Highlander, clan words or whatever. Scottish-Irish. Yep. Same. Scottish, Irish, Scandinavian. So, which makes sense because people from Scandinavia pillaged and colonized Scotland, Ireland, Great Britain for 500 or 600 years. Yes, my family words are touch ye not a cat, but a targ. So it means it's basically means don't grab a cat by the tail. TJ's family words, the McPherson clan, that's his maternal line, are touch ye not a cat, but a glove. And, our family crest in McBean is a cat, a very stylized cat rearing up with its claws out and a shield. A targ is a shield. And then TJ's family crest is that same stylistic cat rearing up, but with a glove. It's basically an old way of saying, don't grab a tiger by the tail, right? Means if you fuck with us, we're going to kill you, basically. It's a funny sounding thing, but it just means as long as you leave us alone, we'll leave you alone. But if you fuck with us, we're going to kill you. You got a clan tartan pattern? Yes. Clan McBean. Clan McBean. And then my family name became Bean when they immigrated, when my family immigrated here. They dropped the Mac because people didn't like people from Ireland and Scotland and Great Britain back in the day. And so they were just Bean after that. Clan O'Concannon. Look, you know what county that's from? Because my family comes from Kerry, the Irish side of the family. Galway. Good amount of Scottish people were forced to leave Scotland and settle in Northern Ireland. Yeah, I mean, that whole area is, you know, all the way from like France and Germany through Wales and the Netherlands. That whole area is, we're all basically cousins. Those of us that have family etymology leading back to that, like we're all related and interrelated. But it's interesting if your family name survived. See, my name became Parky. And if you look up my family name, you'll see that it was Park before it was Parky, right? Park is a Scottish clan from Cumberland, a royalist clan. And Parky is what the name became when they moved to Ireland. And then it remained that when they immigrated here. Howdy, Mr. Sir. Mr. Blind Programmer, sir. Hope you're doing well today. It's hard to cover these like rap songs and stuff, Jake, because it's like there's so much fucking copyright trolling and shit that goes on. Like the people that make these songs think they're made of gold or something and they're not above critique, and they'll just, you know what I mean? So it's like hard to do a cringe episode on MAGA rap when we can't play more than 5 or 10 seconds. I'm imagining a Scottish version of you and TJ as your ancestors back in the day, hanging out smoking on their pipe. You know what the funny thing is? It's like TJ and I found out, because I didn't know that his Scottish ancestry had 2 prongs, right? So Kirk was a much more powerful royalist clan, and there's a good chance that Clan Park served under Clan Kirk or Church, because they're both Cumberland clans. Then on our maternal sides, we've got Clan McBean and Clan McPherson, who were direct allies in County Cumberland. So our families probably killed each other for a few generations. We're allies and killed one another for a few generations. Yeah, Kirk means church, yes. So pretty interesting shit. That all these years later, I would be business partners and really good friends with a person whose family was allied with my family on both sides in the 1400s, 1500s, and 1600s. What do you think about that? That's fucking crazy, right? Nope. I can't. I think Tim Pool is incredibly boring and hard to listen to, so I can't see a gauntlet working out. The one thing I would like to see Tim Pool wise is for TJ to go on a show and smack his head Like take his beanie off and then slap him on the top of his bald head and run away. I would probably die. That would be the last time you guys saw me because I would die laughing. But other than that, I have no interest in Tim Pool. What is the point of life, Paul, if there is no humor? I don't think there's a point of life, period. But humor is an important part of my life. And I would like to say the human experience, right? Humor is how we process tragedy, ultimately. Beautiful watch, thank you. Hamburg Chrono from Stern Glass. It's a chronograph watch, date functionality, really, really beautiful watch. I love German Bauhaus instrument panel design, and that's what Stern Glass does for like really like reasonable prices too. They're not like an insanely expensive brand. They just make really high quality, beautiful watches. I love that Variometic, bro. I really do. It's on my list, but I gotta get that dive watch for Christmas. So Paul, what would your desired weight to be and stay? So when I started losing weight this last time, I weighed 367 pounds. I'm now confident that I'm under 300 pounds, although I don't weigh myself at home. That's part of my... It's just not healthy for me to be on the scale every fucking second or every day. I track my progress in big chunks. But the last time I went to the doctor, I weighed something like 320 pounds. So at that point, and this was a couple of months ago, I had lost 40 pounds or more. Now I believe I've lost at least another 20 or 30 pounds. So I would say that if I had to estimate my weight, I'm 290 right now. I say that I would be pretty happy at 260. I know that's still like an unhealthy BMI or whatever, but at 260, I feel like I can really make the choice as to whether or not I would just want to maintain that or keep going. I'm not, dude, my mobility is so much better. I sometimes I'll shock myself. Like I'll stand up out of this chair. That used to, like, and you can go back and watch my videos, bro. You don't have to take my word for it. Go back and watch some streams from this channel a year and a half ago. And when I would stand up out of this chair, I'd go, ugh, you know? Now I can just do it, dude. And so my mobility and stuff has gotten way better. It's cool, you know. I'm enjoying it. You like walking? I do. Yeah, I do. I've gained almost 100 pounds over the last year. I'm about to start working out again myself, inspired by your progress. Cool, man. Yeah. It's, it feels good, you know? My wife was on opiates, prescribed due in a car accident. Florida allowed med rec, and she went that route. She lost 60 pounds. Crazy. Does exercise make a difference in general? Someone's diet isn't good? Yes. You can have a shitty diet and exercise a lot, and you can shift a lot of weight. You really can. The whole game is burning more calories than you ingest. That's the whole game. That's how you lose weight. That's how you shift weight. And so, you know what I mean? If you eat disgusting slop, but you work out religiously every day, you're going to be fine. TTI, Pakistan. Oh, okay. Hello, Pakistan. I'm always happy when somebody from your area of the world pops in here because I really want to visit that area of the world. I've always been drawn to India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. I want to try the food. I want to try the culture. I just want to see, you know. That is my understanding. The birthplace of weed. I mean, history, ancient sites, just the culture is so warming and rich. Like, I really feel like despite the kind of turmoil in that area, that the people that live in those areas really love to share their culture with people. And I love that. I love that. I love that they're not guarded about their culture, that they're very open with it. They want you to come and enjoy it. And I like that. I think that's a very welcoming culture. And that's why I want to visit it. What was the most unexpected country someone was from that popped into your chats? I mean, the other day, somebody was here from Namibia. I like the African continent. It's crazy to me to think that there are people there that are, hanging out watching me. That's so cool. You're pulling, bro? No, Namibia. I mean, maybe he wasn't, but he threw up the flag, and we had a whole little back and forth, Nice, and you're nice about it? Wow. Yeah. Why wouldn't I be? Why would I be mean about it? Hey, nobody chooses where they were fucking born, man. Sky's pretty today. Show you guys. You guys want to see beautiful skies? Here, I'll show you real quick. Oh yeah, look at that. See that poofy white clouds and the beautiful baby blue sky? You gotta love that. You gotta appreciate that, right? When you get it. Gotta appreciate that baby blue sky when you get it. So you don't get it very often here in Cali. Wow. Coming out, dust rag boy, Mr. Dust Mop, Captain Dust Mop himself coming out to join the fun. Looking good, baby boy. I'm the king, baby boy. I wish I was like you. easily amused. Found my nest of salt. Everything's my fault. I'll take all the blame. Aqua sea foam shame. Sunburn, freezer burn. Choking on the ashes of her enemies. In the sun, I feel as one. In the sun, Mary. Doom, doom, boom, 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 buried. Doom, 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 boom, 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 married. Boom, 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 buried. Boom, boom, yeah, 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 yeah. Boom, 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 no, 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 no. Do 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 do. All in all is all we are. What else should I be? All apologies. Isn't it mad that Spanish went across the ocean in search of new lands, ended up in the only other place in the world that looks like Spain? That is pretty crazy. Oh, get him out. Low effort troll. 0 effort detected. You're not allowed. You're gonna troll in here. All I ask is a little bit of fucking get him out. I'll fucking punch him right in the face. So disappointed in him. So disappointed in him. My favorite Nirvana album is not even a full album. It's like an EP. It's Incesticide. I rock out to that album more than any of the other albums. All in all is all we are. It's got Dive on it. Dive is a great song. It's got Sliver. That's my favorite song. My favorite Nirvana song. Mom and Dad went to the show. Dropped me off with Grandpa Joe. I kick and scream, say please don't go. Grandma, take me home. Grandma, take me home. Grandma, take me home. Grandma, take me home. Something about that song, it's just so cute. It's just such a like a wholesome song. Yeah, I like Dave Grohl. I'm not the world's biggest Foo Fighters fan. Like, their sound is not like I don't know. It's just not my preferred sound, but I like they've got some unimpeachable class. I mean, Everlong, right? Everlong, Learn to Fly is a good song. I mean, they all their songs are good. I'll be honest with you. They're not a bad band. I just don't listen to them a lot. I mean, you can't have the 90s back, but they still do make flannel. So you could still do that, okay? Yeah, Plateau is great. It's the one Nirvana song you would tell someone to listen to get them get someone to like them. It depends on the person, right? Yeah, it really depends on the person. You know, if I was trying not to scare the hoes, I'd probably play like About a Girl, right? If I was trying to get somebody into it that was you know, had never really heard them and they liked a little bit edgier music, I'd probably do Negative Creep. I mean, Negative Creep is just so assertive, like you either love it or you hate it immediately. I mean, you're either into it immediately or you hate it, you know. I feel like that's a good intro, a good pair of intro songs, depending on who you're trying to show the band to, you know. Well, does anything make you doubt yourself? Myself? No. I mean, like, do I have insecurities and stuff? Sure. But like, as far as like doubting my ability to do the things I set out to do, I don't have that. I don't let that happen. That there's no point to that. I have so many experiences in my life that are proof that I can, that it's impossible for me to come up with the excuse that I can't. I definitely struggled with it more when I was young. But as an older guy, I know what I can do and what I can't do, and I set out on that path and I make it happen, one way or the other. So yeah, no, I don't really doubt myself. What do you think of Southern Man by Neil Young? Was a Sweet Home Alabama response? I have no clue, man. Bit early for existentialism. Not for me, but hey, if you feel like it is, there's a billion more lives for you to look at. Go look at another one. I can talk about whatever, whenever. I don't feel like it needs to be early or late to discuss any topic. But like I said, you've got all the choice in the world. You think Neil Young is a wanker for taking his music off Spotify because of Rogan putting it back in 2 years later because of the money? No. You play board games like Catan? I have. I don't currently. I play Dune Imperium, well, the video game version of it. I like that. So that's very Settlers of Catan-esque. I'd heard that the CEO of Telegram got popped. I don't know anything about it. I presume we'll probably follow it on the news if anything big comes out, but I really don't. I can't really comment. I don't know what he got popped for. Any YouTuber you occasionally watch? Yeah, Horror Babble is a great one. If you like 40K stuff, I listen to Voldemort a lot. Love his voice. The Fall of Civilizations podcast is a great one as well. Yeah, a lot of time and a lot of people, and you gotta know how to play it. But yeah, Catan is fun. You're one of the few streamers I've come across that I would enjoy hanging out with. You may not enjoy hanging out with me. That's the thing, is like, you can't really assume much about people. I'm kind of a prickly person to be around. I'm nice. I'm a really kind guy, so I guess maybe that's what you're picking up on. But I'm also a prickly fuck, man. It's not easy to be friends with me. Let's just put it that way. So we might not get along anywhere near as well as you think we might. Although I do get along with most people that are out to get along with people, you know. Where would you suggest I start as a latecomer to 40K? I don't know, bro. I'm not a fucking expert. I've just read the books. The first few books that I read that were really good, that got me into the verse, were like oh god, what is he called? He's a fucking inquisitor. I'm blanking on his name. It's there's an Inquisitor guy. It's Xenos is the name of the first book. It's something Xenos. Eisenhorn. That's his name. I got it. So Eisenhorn, Xenos, Eisenhorn, Malleus. There's like 3 Eisenhorn books, and then a 4th anthology book of short stories from Eisenhorn and this crew that are really, really good. I've read all those. And those will get you like introduced to the machinations of the verse without like lore dumping you. Almost did it. Caught myself. Almost, dude. That was close. That was close. It's a smoker's worst nightmare, man. Lighting the filter. It happens to the best of us. How can a machine love or hate? Does it have a quantum computer to do that? I have no clue. But listen to Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots by the Flaming Lips. There's a song on that album called Sympathy 3021. And you should listen to that song. Unit 3021 is warming. It makes a humming sound when its circuits duplicate emotions. As the lights blink faster and brighter. Such a good song. Paul, should more people comment after chat for the algorithm, or you don't care about that? No, I don't really care. I'm not looking to grow this channel. I mean, this channel is growing, but despite itself, I'm not really trying that. You know, I just tell people every once in a fucking blue moon, like, hey, subscribe if you like it. But I don't have this monetized over here. I don't have any plans to monetize it. I like chilling here. I do it for the love. No, I just do. I enjoy this, so I do it this way. I make plenty of money doing my other channels and shit. Not everything's got to be for the cash, you know. You got to do something for the love of it. No, my old videos are gone, man. My old channel got banned. Banned forever. That's why I don't put much effort into this one, because it's just like they could just yank it for no fucking reason whatsoever. What did they pop the old channel for? Hate speech. Because you know what a hateful scum fuck I am. Hate speech, if you can believe it. Figure that one out. Cheers to fucking YouTube. Meanwhile, like fucking Ben Shapiro spews fucking hateful garbage every day. Matt Walsh spews hateful garbage every day. Their channel is fine. They can spew hateful anti-trans bigotry every fucking day. Hateful fucking racism every day. Pro-nationalistic, pro-war nonsense every day. Their channel's gold. Monetized, ads on them, everything. Little guy like me on the left, banned for hate speech. Unbelievable. That's the way it works here on YouTube, though. That's why, like I said, it's one of the reasons why I don't fuck around and try and build this channel up. If it builds up, great. But it could disappear tomorrow. And that's true of everybody you watch unless they're like top tier. Mr. Beast ain't going nowhere, okay? But if you're not on Mr. Beast's level, your ass is grass the day they decide. I have no fucking clue what I said to get banned. I got a flurry of fucking hate speech strikes. Then they banned the channel. I filled out the whole fucking thing and was like, you know, I'm a leftist YouTuber. I've been a YouTuber since 2006. This is an ancient account. And I don't do hate speech, so I'm not sure what these are. Please reverse these, you know? And it literally was automated. It came right back. Yeah, we looked at it and you're still banned. I was like, okay, all right. Like, it literally came right back. So nobody looked at it. It was an automated system that flagged my videos. Somebody probably mass reported it or some shit because they were salty. And YouTube's system is so fucking broken that there's no way that you can avail yourself of a single real person to actually take a look at your content and tell you what you did wrong. So you have no clue, right? All I know is I don't do hate speech. I sound mentally ill? Cool. You sound like a dude that wasted his time making an alt only to get banned. I'll see you next time, bud. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, it's just people abusing it, and then you're too small to help. Yeah. So it's like, whatever. Yeah, you're ill. Wow. Got ourselves a doctor. See ya, bitch. See ya, Dr. fucking retard. Woo! What was the point of that comment? To get noticed? I don't know about pointless degrees. I think you can make shit happen with any degree, honestly. Paul, I think it's a good idea to Google to create a thing where you pay for a subscription that you have a human customer. Yeah, I mean, duh, but they don't want to spend any money. They would be swamped with people complaining, bitching, whining, catastrophizing. It would be a huge amount of people that would need to be hired to do person-to-person customer service for Google. So you're just going to get the automated system, and that's that. Unless you've got a gold star channel, and then you've got a person you can call on the phone. I have no clue who it was that mass reported me. I don't know if anybody even did. I really don't know. The system of YouTube is totally opaque. You can't see who reported you. You can't see what you reported for, how many reports you got. It's totally opaque. It's a black box. So whatever the decision-making process was, they don't share that with the creator. You know? Well, what are you supposed to do? Ugly? What about now? What about now? Do I look hot now? Dumb bitch. Get your punk ass banned. Banned so quick your fucking bitch ass little head spun. I got more ugly than you can fucking handle. Oh, I see a racist channel openly calling hate against minorities. I report them. Nothing happens. Of course nothing happens. Because the system is completely broken. Like I said, it's completely automated. It's gamed. Whether you get banned or not has nothing to do with whether you've transgressed. It has everything to do with who you've pissed off. Dumb fucking invasion. I genuinely think, and maybe I'm a conspiracy-minded guy, I think a lot of the dumb fucks that get banned are one dumb fuck. And I think what he does is he spends about 4 or 5 hours a night creating alts. Then he burns them all. Just like burns, 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 ban, 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 ban. And then when he gets done, goes and creates a few more. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what's going on. Dude, there's a dude that stalks me on Reddit. And if you go to his history, dude, Reddit is crazy, bro. You go to his history, it's nothing but hating me. And then he's on every guys with a small penis subreddit, whining about how he can't get laid because he's got a micro penis. I shit you not. This dude will write me fucking 12 paragraphs about what a shitty person I am. And then he goes right over to r.micropenis and starts whining about how women won't give him a chance because he's got a tiny dick. I'm not even fucking kidding you, bro. And this dude stalks. This dude is everywhere that my name is on the internet. Just a bundle of anger and tiny penis energy, bro. Just tiny, tiny little penis. Be careful. Be careful with what, bro? Trust me, I'm handled. You talking about like me like poking the bear when people are mentally unstable? They can be mentally unstable all they want. They cross the barrier of my domicile, they're not going to be mentally unstable anymore. We handle ours over here. So they can come fucking talk shit if they want. They take one step into my domicile. I'll take them in half. Don't take leftist to mean motherfucker ain't armed. I'm ready to get down anywhere. I wouldn't take that bet. Come on down. Test it. You know you'd be the first to run? I don't have running weapons. I have stand your ground type of weapons. Trust me. Somebody comes in my house, they're leaving in 2 pieces. On a meat wagon. I don't relish the thought of doing it to somebody, but if it comes down to it, I'm ready to get down. Stop trying to act like Republicans. We're the only ones who stand our ground. Come test it. Come test this radical leftist. I don't worry about that shit. I'm ready to get down in public. I'm ready to get down in private. And that's all I say. The veiled threats towards you are so weird. People get fucking worked up, bro. There are some really mentally unstable people out there, and they get real worked up. That's why we protect ours. Get down how? How do you think? No. Keyboard warriors come in all shapes, colors, and political parties. True. True. Do you think the Trumpers are going to freak out more this time when we loses? You got a crystal ball? Can I take a look in there? Because there's some shit I'd like to look at. If you don't mind. Oh, I know. I know the South will forever be you know why the South is so butthurt about the Civil War? Because we didn't finish Reconstruction. We let the Southern strategy derail Reconstruction before we got all these yokels re-educated. That place should have been another 30, 40, 50 years with federal troops on every corner. And federal investigators tracking and hunting down these white-hooded fucking yokels. Brought them into the fucking... That was the whole point of Reconstruction. Forced integration and bring these motherfuckers into the 20th century. And we did it about halfway. That's why they're still butthurt down there. because they've got an idea that they weren't defeated. That idea should have been stamped out with Reconstruction, but we fucked and fumbled the ball like every other time. So now there's a bunch of two-toothed yokels down there to just hike them some blacks. And we all got to deal with their fucking politics. Should have just finished that Reconstruction. Reconstruction 2, anybody? I think we could swarm that fucking southern region with a bunch of federal troops and get these yokels to fucking fall in line. Protect the polling stations. Have them federal troops right out there in the open so these motherfuckers decide they're gonna do a cross burning or a rally, everybody gets fucking dunked. You can't kill racist sentiment, but you can push it all the way back to the medulla oblongata. These motherfuckers down there should be looking over their shoulder when they think a racist thought. That's what Reconstruction was designed to do. Didn't finish it. Yep. Now their shitty views have spread into the state houses, all these rural states, and people are suffering under these fucking yokels that just can't give up on the idea that the South had a fucking point. Reconstruction would have taken care of all of that. But nope. Gave up on it. Bro, I know plenty of white people, and none of them have a white hood. Then you don't know the white people I know. You never been to a white hood? You really gonna stand here and tell me you ain't never been to a white hood? You ain't never been to a troughed off fucking hillbilly white hood? OD ditch bank Okie hood? You never seen one. Never been to a trailer park. Never seen a town like Little Okie. Huh? Talk to me about it, dumb fuck. Man, your fingers fly when that racism has to come out. As soon as somebody challenges it, though, everybody's all quiet. And he was talking about the Klan hoods. Well, then he should say so. Is racism only a problem in the West? Absolutely not. It's a problem everywhere. I need a joint. I'll be right back. Oh, tea. Do what you want, but I'm just saying. You ever seen a white hood?
What do you mean?
Like a bad area of town, but it's mostly white people in it? Yeah. Somebody was in here saying that white people don't live in hoods. They don't have hoods. Talking about the Klan hoods? Well, dude, make your, like, what do you mean? I've never seen white people, like white hoods before. Well, how am I supposed to take that? Like, the fact that you don't type clearly is my fucking problem? Oh, dude, trust me, I know. The way I look, too, There are times, dude, where people will feel fancy free with their racist shit in front of me because they just assume. No, we don't do that. That's what's called racist, for pointing out a black fella on the street and saying something to my friend that, whatever, bro. You that I can't even, bro. You'd get an F if you turned that in. That was a run-on sentence with no predicate. You get an F on that shit. That just have a big red line under the whole goddamn sentence, bro. Go try again. Whew, Lord. Whole ass paragraph of nonsense. Nobody could follow that shit. Unbelievable. Yeah, dude, Professor Paul has given you an F. You don't have no patience for bullshit today? I don't know if you're new here, but that's pretty much every day. I've got I don't suffer fools. Have you ever heard that term? I think a long time in my life I suffered fools. I don't anymore. Yeah, I don't suffer fools. I call them out and I get rid of them out of my fucking life. I won't waste any more than that on them. Do we even need to think anymore since ChatGPT will do our thinking for us? Maybe not. Maybe we're on the cusp of being able to be we're on the cusp of the Wall-E universe, maybe. Our AI is just going to free us from all physical labor and all worry, and we're just going to be big fat blobs floating around on hover chairs. I don't know, maybe Wall-E saw, dude. But yeah, I saw Metal Mechanic was in here, bro. I beat fucking Yellowbrow last night. And you were right, that is the worst Souls boss. And not because he was hard, just the most tedious fucking boss I've ever fought in my life. It was so stupid. So stupid. God awful. Such a fucking speed bump in a really great game. That whole area, bro. I went and watched one of those secrets that you may have missed videos, and I missed 5 fucking giant things in that area. And I don't know that I want to go back and get them. Some of them are worth getting. Some of them unlock shit later, apparently. I was diligent. That fucking area sucked, bro. That fucking area sucked. It was shite. With a shite boss at the end, too. Miss when you and TJ did Periscopes. Those were fun. Yeah, Periscope in general was a fun app, man. This one's trying to be it. With the hearts and the emojis that float up on the right. You know, people can jam on it. It's got the Periscope monkey button. Everybody likes that. But yeah, it just doesn't have the same feel, bro. I don't know. Paul, your opinion on his stance on the death penalty, and is death even too good for some crimes that are committed? I am completely against the death penalty. I do not think that the state should take anyone's life for any reason. The death penalty is more expensive to carry out than life in prison. It is constantly being found that people are on death row. There was a guy in Texas, somebody was talking to me about this, that was on death row for 30 years, and they just cleared him. 30 years of his life. At any point, the governor could have just pulled the plug on his ass. And they finally find out that this man's whole life has been spent behind bars, awaiting death, and he didn't do it. And this type of shit just keeps fucking popping up. So I don't trust the government. I don't trust the justice system to come to the right determination on that. So no. If they can do it to that man, they can do it to you. That man is you. Think about you getting gaffled up. You raped and killed this woman. You're like, I've never met that woman. Yes, you have. You fight it in court. Death. 30 years of your fucking life. And then they go like, oops. Sorry.
There have been plenty of posthumous exonerations,
Yep.
too.
Paul, jail is somewhat of a joke here in Iceland, as it's more of a rehabilitation process. What jail's privately owned in the U.S., and is that a good or bad? It's horrible that we have privately owned prisons. Basically just like legalized slave labor.
Yeah, it's worse.
It's concentration camp slave labor. You've got no freedom to leave the job site ever. You've got no personal time, and you work for nothing. And they throw people in for the barest of infractions, and the justice system is set up to keep them there once they're there. Kamala Harris, we covered Kamala Harris. She was against measures that would have released a bunch of people convicted of marijuana offenses in California. And she cited the lack of cheap labor as a reason why she didn't want those people released.
She changed her mind about the death penalty.
Yep, she said the quiet part out loud and told everybody that these are just cheap labor, these are slaves, and we don't want to release them. So California's got some of the worst prisons in the nation. The most overcrowded prisons in the nation are right here.
They'll have inmates fight wildfires for nothing, and then they're not
no training
to work as firefighters after.
Yep, no training and no certification afterwards. So privately owned prisons are at the heart of a prison industrial complex in this country. I think out of all the prisoners in the world, 6 of them are in America. Think about that. The world over. It's crazy, bro. Like, America has more prisoners than the next 10 nations. Now, there are some nations that maybe aren't as diligent about reporting those numbers as we are. I'm not saying Russia doesn't got gulags, China ain't got secret prisons. I'm just saying, like, the land of the free and the home of the brave has the most prisoners on the books of any place on this planet.
High recidivism rates.
Yep. Overcrowded fucking prisons, and they don't even want to build new ones. You would think they would, but they like them overcrowded. They want them overcrowded.
More efficient.
More efficient. It's more like, do you want to have a cattle ranch where you got 5 milk cows or 500? I can do the math on that. Why don't you guys start rehabilitating them? Because
they don't like it.
They don't want rehabilitation. Rehabilitation is not what they're after. They're after fucking cheap labor. They're after slave labor. So they want punitive laws, and they don't want people to be rehabilitated. They want you to come back and back and back and eventually land yourself in there for 20 or 30 years. That's the goal. There are people in this country that will wax on and on about the state of the black community, but don't want to talk about the fact that, like, what is it? 1 in 5 black men is at some point in the prison system at any given time. They don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about how black people are suffering from, like, the lack of the traditional family unit, but we want to lock up their fathers and mothers. How's that work? How's that supposed to work? Well, are there some people too broken and too dysfunctional that you can't rehabilitate? Yes. And that's why you have psychiatric wards and hospitals that have reasonable standards of care that aren't torture huts, so that people like that can be kept separate from society, but also treated humanely as possible. Yeah. It doesn't cost $1,500 a day to house one inmate, number one. And the reason that killing them is more expensive is because of the redundant appeals process. It's an insanely expensive multi-million-dollar court case for every death penalty, because there are built-in federal redundant appeals for any death penalty case. So the court costs alone outstrip the costs of housing that fucking person, especially when you take into account the profit that you make per head in your jail. It's not even close. You get federal matching dollars and state dollars per head. So the more you pack in, the more you get per inmate. Think about it. It's a concentration camp. It's a capitalist concentration camp.
The average incarcerated person earns 86 cents a day.
86 cents a day. Basically nothing. What can you go into a store and buy for 86 cents? I'll wait. Can't even get a stick of gum for that anymore. You ain't got a buck in your pocket, you can't buy shit anywhere.
Yeah, but they'll charge those inmates making that scratch tons of money for basics.
Well, that money goes on the books.
Yeah.
And then guess where that money goes? Little basic luxury items that are so overpriced it would blow your mind. $20 for a pack of ramen, $30 for a noodle soup, $15 for a honey bun. And then those items become contraband that are traded in for sexual favors, for hits on people, for gangs. Like, oh, I'll give you all this merch and you go bang on this guy, beat him the fuck out in the middle of the yard. You know what I mean? Commissary is what they call that, yeah. Drug business is thriving, even though they've got all this shit locked down. They can't keep drugs out of there. And
the guards don't have an incentive because they like getting a piece of that pie too.
That's the point. The reason they can't keep drugs out of there is because guards are bringing the drugs in. Who else? Who else? You can't just mail somebody a big envelope with a bunch of fucking heroin in it. That mail is searched and read and documented before it ever hits your fucking door. So how's a bunch of heroin getting in? Who's coming in and out of the prison? Who's got access to the outside world and the inside world? Prison guards. And they're all in on it. Even the ones that don't take money from it know the guys that are doing it and keep about it. And cops do this shit too. It's not just in prisons. A lot of the reasons why drugs are so ubiquitous in these neighborhoods is because cops are dealing them. Cops are supplying them. Cops will give drugs in exchange for information on somebody that's not playing ball. They've been caught doing it. Fucking whole pounds of cocaine disappear from the evidence room. There's an investigation. It turns up nothing. They call it just like, oh, accidental loss. You know where that pound of cocaine went? Right in some cop's pocket, probably 15 or 20 of them in a drug ring. Everybody else that works at the police office, even if they're not getting a kickback, knows about it, but they back the blue. Shh. That's why I say ACAB. Even if you're a good cop, you know the cops that are doing dirt, and you let them do the dirt. Oh, that's none of my business. I don't do that. I don't take bribes. I don't deal drugs. I don't trade fucking no ticket for sexual favors with young women that I pull over. I don't do that shit. But you know 15 cops that do, and you're a good guy? Fuck you. That's why I say it. That's why I say ACAB, bro. Dirty fucking cops. Show me who's clean. Show me a clean one. Where's there a cop that's just got his head in the clouds, doesn't know all the dirt that's being done in the department, never takes a bribe, never abuses his authority? Show me that cop. Doesn't cover for any of the cops doing it. Doesn't. Join the conspiracy of good old boy silence. Show me that cop. Where's he at? Where's she at? I want to see that cop. Show me the cop. Dude, parts of the LAPD blind programmer are literal street gangs. They have tattoos. They roll around in unmarked cars and do what they call hop outs. Have you ever seen there are videos of cops doing this? A bunch of body armored cops pull up in an unmarked black car, grab somebody off the street, throw them in the back, rough them up. They've all got bulldog tattoos and shit. They're government sanctioned street gangs. You can look into it. LAPD is a giant street gang. They deal drugs. They're involved in prostitution, human trafficking, smuggling operations. They do it all. And they enforce their territory with the rule of law. If you don't play games, if you're on board with the cops, you tell when they come to you, you help them investigate this, they'll let you deal your little crack out of your house. But as soon as it becomes expedient for them to burn your ass, you're gone. Coercion, blackmail, bribing of public officials, bribing of government officials, abuse of power, using civil asset forfeiture to pick people's pockets and put that money right in their pocket, no paperwork. Street gangs. Tell me how that's different from the mafia. Going shop to shop, collecting fucking money. Going person to person. You find a drug dealer in a neighborhood, you go, you're on my payroll now, bitch. You get your drugs from me. You give me 30% of everything off top every Friday. You meet me right here in this diner and you get that fucking envelope to me. And if it's light, I burn you. That's going on in every major city in this country right now, and the cops know it. It's not a secret. The whole police office knows which cops are on the take, and they keep it shh. I'm barely even touching the iceberg. I'm barely even touching the iceberg, bro. Barely even touching it. We're barely standing on the surface of the iceberg. Yeah, we might see it on the horizon. Is that the iceberg? People don't know this shit. It's an organized crime ring in a lot of big cities. NYPD, LAPD, these big fucking local police departments and shit. All on the take, all on the grift, dealing drugs, prostitution, human trafficking, all of it. Smuggling, financial exploitation, blackmail. Everything that you would expect the mob to be into, everything you would expect a big street gang to be into, the cops are doing. And it's known. And look who runs these cities. Are you telling me down south cops are better? They're on the take worse down south, dummy. Are you one of these like, oh, these Democrat-run cities, everything's street gang? You think Southern cops aren't on the take, bitch? You got your head that deep in the sand, Aussie? It's worse. The good old boy club is worse in the South, if you can believe it. Worse. Get your head out of the sand, bro. This ain't a political issue. This is across the board, bro. Across the board, bro. Corrupt, on the take, dealing drugs, ruining communities, and doing it with a badge on. You think that ain't happening down south in Republican-run states? You just got your head in the sand, homeboy. Ain't no corrupt cops down south. Give me a break. Tell me another one, Chief. Time to look around, bro. If you're still waving this red versus blue FUBA politics flag, it's time for you to pop your head out of the sand and look around. Time to start being honest with yourself, because this shit does affect you. It's not football anymore. All right? People rooting for these fucking Republicans and Democrats like it's a sports team. Oh, when they fuck up, you make an excuse like you do if you're a Raiders fan. I'm a Raiders fan. The Raiders do no wrong. That foul was bullshit. That call was horse shit. That ref was paid off. That team cheated. Okay? You know why? Because it doesn't matter. Ultimately, if the Raiders win or lose, doesn't change my day. I choose to care. And that's how people treat politics in this country. And you want to fucking talk to me? Mm-mm. No, sir. No more FUBA. I don't play the FUBA no more. You want to watch FUBA? Wait for FUBA season. It'll start soon enough. It's coming around again. I personally know deputies. I love them like you. Dude, my uncle, when I was growing up, was a sheriff of my little town. Don't talk to me. I know law enforcement people. I know the dichotomy that is to love a person and hate what they do. Welcome to humanity. Welcome to being a human being. Welcome to being a complex psyche. Are you a retired cop? Absolutely not. I would never be a cop. But I don't hunt authority over other people. I don't seek to impose my will on other people. So I have no use for being a cop. Absolutely not, bro. Fuck no. What's your favorite spice on food? I just like chili peppers, man. Anything with peppers on it or in it. I like something like jalapeno and up, man. I like something with a little fucking kick to it. So that's my favorite ingredient in food, is some nice jalapenos, habaneros, some Fresno chilies diced up in that bitch, some serranos. Ooh, you're starting to get piping hot now. I love anything that's got a kick to it, man. Any spice. I like peppers. I'm a pepper guy, dude. When I barbecue, I get a bunch of nice, ripe jalapeno peppers. I throw them right on the grill. I let them get charred. I'll just eat them. Throw it right on top of a burger. Just like cut it open, all steamy and shit. Seeds in it. I don't give a fuck. Lay it out on the burger like it's a leaf of lettuce, bro. Throw a tomato on top of that shit and go. Food talk is the real FUBA. You're right. Bro, last time I went to my mom's house, we got a pizza, right? And I like loading up a little extra jalapenos on a pizza because we get from Papa Murphy's, you know, the take and bake ones. So I brought a couple of those and we loaded up some jalapenos on. My mom had a jar of these jalapenos. And dude, they still had a little crunch to them. They weren't like pickled to the point where they were like super soft. They weren't like, they just had a little bit of bite to them still. And I was like, bro, where do you get these? They're just a fucking, I have them now. Oh man, game changer jalapenos, bro. Let me go get that jar. I want to show you guys this fucking jalapeno. Jalapenos are game changer, bro. right here, bro. Mezzetta. This is the brand right here, dude. Mezzetta. Right there. These, dude. Right here. You put this on anything, bro. These are so good. They have a little bite to them, a little crunch. They're called tamed. Our family discovered a technique that tames the heat out of a traditional jalapeno because sometimes you want full flavor without the fire. These are like crunchy, flavorful fucking peppers. They're so good, bro. Oh, you gotta get these. You gotta get these. I think I might have tried to close the door on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy boy. You know how it goes. It's tough sometimes to get the right angle. Sometimes I don't even see that you're there. I think I gotta go inside. I literally can't get in the shade. Okay. Oh, dude, I love pepperoncinis, dude. I love pepperoncinis. I just love peppers, bro. All of it. As a challenge, yeah. I mean, I used to, the super hot sauce, the extra hot peppers. Yeah, I mean, I've done it. I don't really chase it like that, but I just like spicy food a lot. Probably not. I enjoy cooking when I do it, and I really don't want to stream it when I do it. So, no. Oh, I like pickled hot banana. Just any pepper, bro. Throw me a pepper. I'll munch me a pepper, bro. Yeah, the smell and taste, the smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision. We're getting there, man. These brain implants, these direct brain interfaces that can stimulate that part of your brain and create that experience. Yeah, I think we're there. We're getting there, dude. I don't eat meat, but I'll tell you, dude, bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers, bro, with the cream cheese, the cheddar cheese, the fucking beautiful ripe jalapenos. You wrap that whole thing in thick cut maple bacon and you just put it on the grill, right? And you let it get crispy and buttery and fatty. Bruh, my mouth is watering on that. I'm on a diet, gee, sorry. I'm not. I could eat that if I wanted to. It's just like, I try to be choosy. I haven't eaten meat and I think it's been 6 months now, and it's been 9 months since I stopped eating meat as a rule. The last meat I had was on St. Patty's Day, because my mom made corned beef and cabbage, and I'm not going to pass that. So St. Patrick's Day was the only time I ate meat in the last 9 months. So I'm very choosy. Well, I technically lacto-ovo pescatarian. I hate the term, but yeah, I drink milk. Well, I don't really drink milk anymore. I'm on the oat milk, but cheese, right? So dairy products, eggs, and I will eat fish. Although, I don't really eat fish all that often, but I don't eat any poultry, beef, pork, any of that shit. How do you feel without meat? Great. I love it. I'm doing wonderful. It's not for everybody, but it works for me, and that's I think the key is there are all these cure-all diets. I'm not on a diet, bro. I just stopped eating the shit that kind of grossed me out and that I know is horrible for me. And I started eating more of the shit that's not horrible for me, and that's that. Voting for Trump? No. I'm undecided. Permanently undecided. Yeah, I don't play football politics, man. I'm a leftist. I know direct action is what it's going to take, so that's what I advocate for. A general strike, massive fucking protest movement that parks itself in the National Mall in Wall Street and doesn't move till we get our fucking human rights, till working people get a share of the pie that's equal. Till then, you know, fuck the goddamn, like, oh, let's trade fucking oligarchs around, these rich vampire fucks, all in bed with all the bullshit. I got nothing for people like that anymore, bro. You wanna shift around fucking chairs on the deck of the Titanic? That's fine. I'm getting in a lifeboat. I'm talking about what we can do to stop the decline now. And that's it. That's all I care about. I care about working people. I care about working families. I care about people that come here for that. I care about migrants, immigrants that come here to work. And I think that those people ought to get a huge slice of the pie. What can we do? Well, in 2028, the Teamsters Union is gearing up for a general strike call. A lot of contracts are up in 2028, and it's going to be a vulnerable time for corporations and politicians. So mass protest movement like that. If you wanted a taste of what we could do, right? Take a look at the 60s, take a look at the civil rights movement and the anti-Vietnam War movement. Those literally both changed the world. Million or more people mobilized, parked themselves in the National Mall, and didn't leave until they got their fucking human rights. So that's how you do it, Nighthawk. If you want my fucking prescription. You ain't gonna change the world at the ballot box, man. Vote your conscience. Vote how you want. Take part however you want. But don't make asking other people what they're gonna do with their vote any fucking part of your day. Don't care about it. Cast your vote and then get to work. Or don't. I really don't give a fuck. Your voting life has nothing to do with me. You're from Norway? Oh, well, guess I'm talking past you then. You're not American. I get it, though. There was definitely an American or two in here that needed to hear that, so it wasn't wasted time. Sorry I presumed your Americanhood. Do they even have unions in Europe? They do, yeah. Unions as they exist today started in Europe. The International was founded by Marx and Engels in the 1800s in Europe, in Germany. And so unions as they exist today started with that movement. So yes, there's a strong, strong union movement in Europe. Yeah. Most everything, you're right, is unionized to some degree in Europe. But functionally, like, yes, better than ours. Much more powerful lobby than ours, yeah. Yeah. Paul, what would you think if Iceland became the 54th state? Will you take us? I don't know, man. I haven't ever been. I like Iceland, though. I just feel like we would ruin you guys. We would put McDonald's all over your beautiful island. We would put fucking big, giant, gaudy billboards all over everything. Like, when I've seen video of Iceland, it doesn't look that mean to me, dude. Like, Reykjavik looks like a dream. Or I think that's how I've always pronounced it. No, I probably wouldn't be happy. Hey, if you're the fucking 52nd state or whatever the fuck, you're gonna get McDonald's. You're getting Burger King, you're getting Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, you're getting all the Disney bullshit, Disneyland, Reykjavik. You want to do it, dude. Where do you sign up? You ready? You really want that, bro? No, you don't really want it, man. Trust me, man. You don't want it. You don't need it. What do you know about Big Pharma and those evil bastards? I know they own most of our politicians here in the United States. I know most of the politicians, and especially at the national and state level, are in the pockets of those people. I know that they rule here with an iron fist. I know that they're destroying us here. Yeah. I know that. I know enough. We've been here for 1,000 years plus. There's an app here if you're sleeping with your family member, for God's sake. Jesus. Holy fuck, bro. You guys need to open them borders. Let a guy like me come. I'll bring a little bit of America there without the McDonald's. And I'll throw some more fucking, genes in the gene pool. He's saying that the island community, it's hard to, like, people are all related because they've been there 1,000 years. Kind of like troughed off on a tiny little wintry island. So there's an app for if you want to fuck a family member, I guess. If you land in Iceland, we can do an epic live stream. Okay, let's do it. You just got to get me, like, you gotta get me citizenship over there, bro. I don't know what you gotta do. You gotta sponsor me or some shit. Cause I'll come. I'll go to fucking Iceland. Kidding me? It's to make sure they aren't related. Oh, okay. Gotcha. They have a family bush in Iceland. Hey, give me Icelandic citizenship, bro, and I'll bring my American ass over there. You'll wish you could send me back within 6 months. How many boosters are USA on now? So I got 2. Or 1. I got the shot during COVID, and then I went and got a booster shot like a year ago. I don't know how many people how many times some people have gotten it, but I can't do an Icelandic accent. If you ever get close to a human and human behavior, there's definitely no logic and and whatever. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. If you ever get close to a human and human behavior. Edward Snowden is a national hero. The things he revealed to the American people, even though most of them have either chosen to ignore it or are just too stupid to comprehend it, are absolutely necessary for knowing how to deal with the coming crises. Like, he made it clear to everybody in this world that you're being watched, collated, followed, looked at. Your life on social media and on the internet, no matter what you do to protect yourself, is on full display to the international communities, governments, and spy agencies. Yeah, he just made it an incontrovertible statement. Nothing you do is private. You are only functionally anonymous when it comes to average people. The government knows exactly who you are, what your name is, what your alts are, what VPNs you use. They have backdoors into all these major VPN companies. Snowden revealed all of this. And all of that data is being collated. Every last thing that you say online is being appended right under your fucking name. They can pinpoint where you are at any given time. You use location services, they know where you're at. They know when you're home, they know where you're going, they know who you spend time with, they know where you eat, they know your habits, they know your purchasing habits. They know what you say on every alt that you've ever fucking, including that very sentence, femboy stormtrooper. It's right there. If you become the target of an investigation, they're gonna look at it. Duck, duck, go. Get out, bro. Get out. Duck, duck, go uses Bing on the back end. What's that tell you? They see you when you're sleeping. They know when you're awake. They know every word you speak online, so don't speak for goodness sake. Yep. Snowden put you up on game. Whether you read it and understand it or not is on you. Oh yeah, dude, incognito mode, that blocks them. Turn on incognito mode on your browser. Then this huge government apparatus with giant data centers that are constantly creating snapshots of the internet and collating that data can't be fucking, they can't get past incognito mode. People are retarded, bro. People are retarded. Yeah, just go invis, bro. Nobody knows you're there, bro. Just make an alt and you turn on your VPN and bounce it off of Canada, bro. You're hidden. Nobody's ever gonna find out that you're saying all that crazy racist shit. Oops. What's a thing that you recently learned? I've recently been learning about the Franklin expedition trying to find the Northwest Passage in the 1840s. I've been watching this show called The Terror, which is like a very dramatized version of events, but basically an expedition of two ships, the Erebus and the Terror, in 1844, struck out in search of the vaunted Northwest Passage up and around Canada, so that they could get access to the Pacific Ocean and the markets of China and India and all of that. And these men, these not admirals, but sea captains, and these men who, some of them were enlisted men, some of them weren't, were basically frozen in a part of extreme northeastern Canada called Nunavut. And their ships were frozen in as they were trying to traverse the ice sheet, breaking up the ice as they went. They got snowed in, and it was 3 years before they tried to walk out. Nobody made it out alive. The entire expedition was lost. It was recently discovered, the wreck of the Terror. Terror and Erebus were the name of the things. So yeah, the two ships. So that's something I learned recently. I never knew about the Franklin expedition. Nunavut, yeah. An Eskimo province, right? That's nuts, going on an expedition, getting stuck out there and being like, yes, we'll just wait it out. Ice never melts. You're there for 3 years. Well, that's the thing, is like sometimes the ice does melt. I mean, the part of the ocean they got frozen into was just chunks of ice and shit at one point. It's just that the chunks got thicker, the ice got colder, it hemmed them in, they couldn't get out. And then all of it froze over, and they were, they were provisioned to wait it out, and so they tried. But there was just a cold snap for 10 years or something, and it just was extra cold for a while. And that northern passage, that block of ice that they were in Nunavut, just never opened up. They were never able to break the ships free. They ran out of provisions. There was mutiny, all kinds of crazy shit, right? And then eventually they tried to walk out, and the walk was an 800-mile trek over ice to the nearest manned fort. 800 miles over ice, pulling sleds behind them filled with provisions and tents and everything they need. Yeah, the show's called The Terror, and it's on Netflix. It's an AMC show that Netflix has right now. I don't know how long they'll have it, but it's really good. Did they make it? No. Nobody made it. I mean, it was basically a death march. Like the guys, they were either, the choice was for the leadership, let's watch all these men starve to death and eat each other. And by the way, when they found the wrecks of these ships in 2012 or 2013, I can't remember when it was, they found some bones and remains with evidence of cannibalism. So, but yeah, you're 800 miles frozen on an ice tundra. You're not an Eskimo. You don't know how to survive that. You've got men that are hungry and afraid and desperate. It's everything is against you. Everything wants to kill you. And it worked. The whole expedition died. Yep, they used low bid canned food. The seals weren't good, so a lot of the canned food was rotten and they didn't even know it. It also had trace lead in it. They ran out of citrus. They had lemon juice, but lemon juice, the properties that prevent scurvy, becomes inert after a couple of years when it's stored the way that they stored it in oak barrels back then. So the lemon juice was just run out. So scurvy, cannibalism, lead poisoning, starvation. Fucked. When I worked northern Nineveh, it was like 20 hours flying on rickety bush planes, landing on water like football fields, basically. Yeah, no, it's crazy, bro. It's still just a giant wilderness. Most of the white people that explored the far North Arctic only survived by learning. Yeah, the native Eskimos helped them to fish, helped them learn how to catch seals and stuff on the ice, how to hunt, how to protect themselves from the elements in a way that was sustainable. Yeah. Yeah, well, they waited it out for 3 years, and then when their provisions were running out, they loaded everything they could onto sleds, and teams of men tried to pull them 800 miles over the tundra, and they all died. The Inuit, forgive me, I think Eskimo. Okay, well, yeah, sure. I've been watching the show, and that's what they call them. It's actually funny. They spell it the French way. Esquimaux, or Auex. I can't remember. It's like a French way. They spell it Eskimo. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, it's too hot. I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. Bye.